And that was just in casual. Y'all be always setting me up. They be setting me up. I will not be running for office after people view this.
No, that's the might be surprised. Are you serious? This is what's gonna get you elected.
They gonna come for me like, remember that one episode?
Thank you for the intro.
Shut up. Welcome to another episode of Diva Court.
Hey
yes,
now.
Your divas are still here.
Yes, we are.
I'm your host, Marcia Mignot, and with me
Just
is
Dana.
co-diva that is trying to keep her government name from
Under
being
wraps.
aired.
Under wraps.
Dana Smith. Smith, S-M-I-T-H.
Why?
Now we are going to talk about some fantastic topics today. We're going to keep you entertained because our show is for edutainment purposes only. So we're not responsible for the things we say.
Or do we believe in half of the things that I say?
Especially what she says. You can believe all of what I say. We don't own the rights to any of the topics we're going to talk about.
Or are we liable for your feelings?
Because what about the feelings?
Build a bridge and get over it.
So get over your feelings is what my co-diva is saying, okay? Edutainment purposes only. Please look out for our episodes. Every Wednesday is a new one, and they're better than ever because we try to improve each week.
Yes, we do.
Make sure that you are subscribing to Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify. Because we are on your radio, in your car. We're not just on YouTube. We're not just beautiful YouTube faces. We are on your podcast in your vehicle. So stay tuned. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. But we have our sponsor that we're going to have to talk about today. Hey, Curl.
Hey, girl.
If you love your natural hair and you want it to look as beautiful as ours do.
Yes, ma'am. Look at that.
You go to heycurl.shop. Hey Curl is our sponsor. Get the products on Hey Curl. They really work. They make you look beautiful and you can enjoy your natural beauty with Hey Curl. heycurl.shop.
And the coupon code is going to be Diva 10.
Diva 10. So if you go on heycurl.shop and you purchase an item, you get to use our discount code for 10% off of any products you purchase. Diva 10 is the code that you want to use. heycurl.shop. Eric Reddit, 29 years in prison on a wrongful conviction. Put your hands together for freedom.
Freedom. Freedom.
Innocent. Okay, Tony.
Yes.
Tony Blackston.
It's better than Tony Faxton. Or Phony Braxton.
Phony Braxton, okay, is still talking about freedom.
There must have been an
29
angel
years.
by my
No,
side.
there's no angel by her side.
That's a little Sade for you.
Father.
Some
No, Sade. Sade. That's what that is.
fade away.
Sade away, okay? 29 years, and then you get your freedom, and you're innocent. Why is that?
Because people ain't doing their jobs.
29 years this man stayed in custody. He's innocent of the charges that he was facing and convicted of. In the new face of evidence, despite the evidence that he was innocent, the Pennsylvania law says, you have expired, sir. The time for any appellate relief is gone. Wow. So you have two choices. You stay in prison innocent, or you plead guilty to something you didn't do so you can get out. But part of the caveat is you cannot sue.
Wow. Well, how did they even know that he was innocent anyways? How did he find out?
Okay, so technology has advanced since his conviction that permitted them to do testing to show through DNA testing that he was not guilty. So although the technology is moving, the law is not. So now what they're going to have to fight for is a pardon from the governor because he's still convicted because he had to plea in order to get out. So he's still convicted, but they're trying to get a pardon from the governor so that he would not have a conviction on his record for something that everyone involved, including the prosecution and the court system, knows he's innocent of.
So when I do this, what are you thinking about?
Justice looking through one eye.
So the thing is that laws are supposed to be based in fairness, and nothing about this seems to be fair.
Because the problem is that we have not legislated to address the advances and the fact that we are aware as a society that there are wrongful convictions now. That back in the day when we didn't have any DNA testing, we just said it was you and you went to prison, you stayed there.
Right.
Now that technological advances can assist us with determining that somebody's actually innocent for what we thought they were guilty of, we're not doing anything in the law or passing any new laws that says, because it's easy, all we need is a bill. We can put it up and the governor can sign it in the state. I don't know if the feds would want to get involved in this, but it would be nice if Biden administration in their
Don't give them any more time.
If they could put something in their legislation for police reform,
wishful thinking,
that says that even if a state statute does not permit an individual to attack a wrongful conviction after a certain period of time, federal statutes would say that they have to. The problem they're going to have with that is it's tough to get feds to control state laws because that's not how it works.
No,
so
true.
if it's a state statute, the state legislators are who are going to be responsible. And based on that, you're going to have 50 different states that you have to fight with because Georgia might have it, California might have it, but Tennessee might not.
Here's my problem. The problem that he had to plead guilty.
To get
What is that law? What law says, hey, here's all this innocence that you have, this evidence of innocence that proves that you're not guilty, but because we don't want liability, I need you to sign here. That's a whole law in Pennsylvania? Like,
well, here's what it is. I think there might be a loophole statutorily that they came back and said, okay, if the state decides that they want to offer the convicted person a different deal, then there's no statute of limitations on the state saying, hey, judge, we want to offer a different deal to this person in custody because based on we think they participated. Because remember, you could participate in somebody else's crime as a witness and get a better deal even on your conviction that you're already serving time on. Okay. So I am certain that that was some type of statute that I'm speculating. I'm not certain. Let me rephrase.
Well, no, I want to follow this logic because I have some follow-up questions. Go ahead.
Okay. So the logic is the state has the option to come to the court and say, look, judge, we don't object. We want to offer this person something different because they've participated in a way that assisted the state that the state thinks they should get leniency. You understand? So it might have been worded in a way where the prosecution comes in and says, we have an offer for him. If his lawyer takes it, judge, and he signs that he's not going to sue the county or the state or any prosecutors or anybody, then we're willing to go forward with it. Of course, a judge who is about the Benjamins and thinking, well, this would be fiscally responsible because if I leave this guy here, public policy is going to look really bad because it's going to get out that we know that he's free. Now, what's fortunate for him, it wasn't until Meek Mill
before you go there with the hypothetical. All right. So pretty much he took a plea deal.
That's correct.
So he takes a plea deal. There's evidence that says he was innocent of this crime that he was being charged for. So he takes a plea deal and he has to testify to false information.
Well, he has to actually lie under oath.
He has to lie under oath.
Yeah, because to plead guilty, you have to say you did something.
Right. So the prosecutor knows he's lying.
Well, it depends on what the underlying conviction is for. So say, for example, the prosecutor comes back and says, judge, we're going to offer him criminal trespassing because he was on the property. He may not be guilty of the murder, but he was on the property.
They so tricky.
That would not be a false swearing because he was on the property.
But how do they handle how do you handle a civil and a criminal case in that one sitting? So for you to tell me I couldn't sue, is it because you're found guilty of something?
Correct.
Then you can't sue. But if I'm not guilty of murder, then I should be able to sue you for having me in jail for murder. Or if you're telling me that trespassing gave me 29 years, then now I'm being overcharged, so I should be able to sue you for that.
No, because you're signing an agreement as part of your plea deal. Because what do you want to do?
But
You want to stay in prison?
Violation.
You want to stay in prison or you want to get out?
I know, but I just feel like it's so murky because that could still be a civil. So you're giving me time served, but 29 years for trespassing is outside of.
Of course it's excessive.
Outside of
because it's outside of statutory 12 months. So trust me, they went and found some felonies.
So you think he has?
I think he's got some. Yeah, that's why he has to ask for a pardon, because you're asking the governor to pardon you of your convictions, so that you don't have a conviction on your record. I'm sure the governor is probably going to do it because they know that this is wrong, and it's made.
So what if he was completely, like, not even there? I mean, I know we're speculating.
I am sure that they would still come up with something that he could plead to.
But it just sounds real suspect.
Of course it is. It's not suspect. It's wrong.
It is.
It's not suspect. Suspect is when you're like, I'm not sure about this. This is wrong. It's downright wrong. It shouldn't happen.
In the wording, it probably didn't have anything that you could not sue because of civil.
No, he did. He agreed not to bring a civil case.
But how do you handle that on the criminal side? Isn't that a whole different matter?
You can part of your plea deal agree to things. And part of your plea deal is I agree not to bring a civil action associated with anything arising from this case. Now I could sue them for something else if they come back next week and pick me back up and arrest me for something else that I didn't do.
Like making a murderer.
Right.
But you know what? Couldn't his family sue on his behalf? And not necessarily on his behalf, but sue because you took my husband away from me over.
If you could come up with some type of claim, that a spouse or a child or something like that could file on his behalf, depending on what the laws are in Pennsylvania, then I'm sure they could bring an action against the county.
Well, go ahead and go back into the Meek Mill thing because I have.
Well, that's how he even got the assistance to get out, because Meek Mill went into custody, and out of evil, I guess, came good, because he met him in there.
Right.
And when his story was told to Meek Mill promised him, when I get out, I'm not going to leave you back here. I'm going to do something. So he's developed organizations, nonprofit organizations.
Kudos
that's going
to Meek.
Yeah. Put your hands together for Meek. He's doing good. So now he's trying to, do his own innocence project and go back and get all these men that he met in there that he felt like shouldn't have been in there or innocent.
What the devil means for evil,
God will turn it around.
Yes.
So he did.
It's still sad that it takes someone with a celebrity status or someone with a
money.
Yes. With money to be able to fight on your behalf. Like, that is crazy. Yeah. It's crazy because none of us, it'll be done. We're done.
There are a lot of people that are in there because they can't afford it.
Just can't afford it.
Yeah. And no Meek Mill came to their jail.
No.
Or their prison. So they just
maybe celebrities should just go into the jail system and just talk to inmates. Like, let me hear your story.
Can you put about 5 in the cell for me, please, sir?
Just let me just talk to them.
I just want to hear these innocent stories.
Let me just hear these stories.
If you think you're innocent, mail me the celebrity at this address. You could do it that way.
Yeah.
You could do a public service announcement.
I think they should just pop up. They should just pop up and go to the jail.
That way you're not prepared to make up a story.
Exactly. Just pop up and say you can look at their cases of people who think they're innocent. Pop up and that will be good for.
So what you gonna do? You gonna call the prison and say, "Excuse me, can I have a list of inmates and their charges?"
Shoot, once I start popping off, I think maybe I should do that. So go ahead and make me famous, y'all, so I can go help the innocent people in jail.
Okay, now if you don't see her after she get famous, you know what happened.
She helping the innocents.
She went in jail.
Watch episode 1 and you understand where that came from.
Metro Mars arrested for throwing 10 grand on the graduation stage. Is that right or wrong?
That's ridiculous. He's just supporting the community. We can't support the community nowadays. Giving money.
Is it only legal to make it rain in a club? With naked women? Is that it?
What did they charge him with?
The graduates would have to take off their clothing first. They charge him with inciting a riot.
They literally had to derobe.
Yeah, you got to derobe before you can throw that money on this stage, honey. You got to take something off up in here.
Take off the hat.
That was his mistake. He didn't take anything off. So unfortunately, he got charged. Inciting a riot is one count. Disorderly conduct and some other buffoonery charge.
if you watch the video, there's no one acting a fool. They're actually still sitting down.
All they're doing is sitting and cheering. They're sitting and cheering.
Like, yay!
Yeah.
And the money just falling.
Yeah. And I didn't even see anybody running to get it.
No, they didn't.
It looked like it was just falling.
Oh, man, the staff wanted to pick up the money.
You know they did because they kept walking over by him.
They was walking like this.
They had to look dignified. When you're wearing that regalia, you're supposed to behave in a dignified manner. Can you believe that? I mean, $10,000 thrown on a stage. Why couldn't they have just escorted him off the property and say, you're being disruptive. There are other people graduating. We think it's disrespectful. We know you're coming from a good place, but we still think it's disrespectful of the parents and all the other graduates who worked hard to get their diploma that you interrupted it like that.
But that's old people. Come on. Have some fun. These moments are what people look back and say, oh, remember at our graduation this happened?
Yeah.
No one says, remember at our graduation we was all quiet and we walked across the stage.
No, they don't remember that.
I don't remember my graduation. I just know it.
Oh, you graduated?
Shut up.
I'm just asking a question. That's my thing. He was creating a good opportunity, and he's threatening to do it again next year when his younger brother graduates. So kudos to you.
And he's gonna double it.
Metro Mars, I'm with you. Throw
the
20.
Forecast calls for rain.
He said next year
rain.
it's gonna be 20,000.
20,000. I'm gonna be at there like, hey.
He's doubling it. Are you attending that graduation?
Yes. Is it Atlanta? Is it
It's Atlanta.
Oh, definitely I will be there. Definitely. I'm gonna be on the stage. They're gonna arrest me. I'm gonna be calling you like, hey girl, I'm in jail. I got your money though.
No, pick up enough for bond.
That's what I got enough for you. I got enough for bond, and I got enough to spend when I get out.
That's funny.
I think my charges will be dropped though.
You think it's disorderly conduct? No, pick up a felony now. That's gonna be, you're gonna need more than 20 grand.
They gonna catch me again.
You don't pick that. Hey, I don't want you going in and can't come out.
I know.
You know you like to in and in.
Especially since Victor Hill under all them
indictments.
indictments.
Hey, he's busy trying to free himself.
He ain't taking my phone call. No. I already helped your husband.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't help you, ma'am. I'm sorry. I can't help you. That's it. One help per family. But you know what? I'm a ching for Metro Mars. I'm going to ching for Metro Mars. Cheers to Metro. Make it 20, make it 40, make it rain. Black girl defends Muslim girl in the lunchroom brawl. Did you see that?
Yeah, us black women, we always trying to save somebody.
Why are we saving the world?
Because it's just what we do.
You know what? The video footage is of a white young lady who is absolutely beating on a Muslim classmate. And the sad part is there's a white female, either teacher or principal, that was standing in the room that could witness what was going on and did absolutely nothing when the white young lady was beating up on the Muslim little girl.
Let's watch that video. We got the video. All right. I think the people need to see the video.
Oh, they got to see it.
They have to see it.
Because to not have intervened in the first fight, and as soon as the second fight started, that's when she felt like, okay, it's time to break this thing up.
Right.
That's I mean, what do you, if that's not systemic racism?
This is an exact example of what we consider to be systemic
that you would
racism.
Watch the white kid beat up on the Muslim child and do nothing. And then when the black child comes in and says, I got to get some justice here.
Yeah.
Then you say, okay, it's wrong.
You see how she turned back around?
Yeah. She's getting approval. She's beating on the little Muslim girl.
Ooh,
and
whoa!
And the referee comes in the ring. Now the teacher thinks there's a problem.
Right.
Now there's a problem.
Wow. Are they saying stop? I do not condone violence. But now it's stop. It wasn't stop when the little Muslim girl was getting hit.
Right. Not even fighting back.
She ain't want no smoke.
She was there the whole time.
Look at this. We have to run that back again. I have to see it one more time. Look, yeah, she turned around
for approval.
Look how, and then
got the approval and went back in, although the girl was not doing anything.
Now it's stop. Stop. She knew she was wrong.
So no stop.
No stop.
In the first fight.
No stop.
It's okay to go, and it's okay to pounce on the little Muslim girl.
Right.
And even the other little Muslim girl sitting there in harm's way.
I was fired. She fired. You can't sit with me no more. You can't sit with me.
You're firing your Muslim classmate?
I'm pretty sure they were friends.
Of course.
I'm pretty sure they might even been sisters.
You're firing your friend.
That could never happen with if my homegirl sitting next to me, it's going down. If I'm getting beat up, she gonna get beat up too.
She's gonna do something to intervene.
Something.
Yeah.
But
I think she was afraid. And the reason probably she was afraid is because she saw that the officials that were in the room weren't doing anything about it.
I don't care. That's a coward move. I've been in fights in high school, middle school. Yes, it is my first real fight was when I was in the 6th grade. I was 10. I used to go to a majority white school where everything seemed calm. And then I went to school across the street from the projects. And baby...
So what you saying is it safer at a white school?
It was safer
for a sixth grader.
But is
that what you just said?
My first fight was when a girl tried to attack my sister, and we didn't know nothing about that life. And instinctually, at 10, my sister's 11, 1 year apart. I went she was in the 10th grade. She came from high school to come fight a 7th grader.
Oh, that's sad.
That's how bad it was. Instinctual. It's just attack. Because this is my sister. It's always been in me to not, oh no, if we roll together, we roll together.
I think she was scared because she was trying not to get beat up too. I mean, if the officials are not stopping her friend from getting beat and she doesn't know how to fight, don't you see how she was sitting there looking?
You don't know how to fight unless you jump in.
Well, maybe she's from a home that teaches her not to jump in.
I'm not going to say what I want to say.
Some parents say to their children, I don't care what the factual circumstances are. I better not get a phone call that you were in a fight. You know, parents tell their children that all the time. And even when children try to say, but daddy, let me explain. I don't want an explanation. I got a phone call that my child is being suspended because they were in a fight. Mm-hmm. That was not your fight. You didn't have a dog in that fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe she didn't want to live up to the stereotype.
That's correct. So forgive her and keep her in your friend book.
No, she couldn't be my friend. She gone. She gone.
I feel sorry for her.
She gone. I feel sorry that she got beat up.
No, I'm talking about the little girl sitting next to the one that was getting beat first.
I don't feel sorry for the little girl sitting next to her.
I do.
Because
I know.
What we were told.
Think about how helpless she must have felt. Huh?
I've been there.
Because I know her natural instincts, if she's related to or that is her friend, is to want to do something. I mean,
but she was a coward.
Well, it's not necessary. I wouldn't even call her a coward.
Yeah, unless you stand up for yourself or for someone that you care about.
You gotta remember though, not everybody knows how to stand up for themselves.
Day 2 of me meeting you, I was ready to fight.
Oh, Father.
I'm just saying. I set you down so you can keep your license.
Can we stay focused here?
I'm just saying.
Can we? My point is, not everybody knows how to fight. Not everybody has.
When I was in the 6th grade, younger than this girl on here, I didn't know how to fight. Never been in a fight. Never knew what fighting was. All I knew was that someone I loved, someone that I cared for, was getting. Well, even, you know what, quiet as this kept, I was a little bit more aggressive because before
quiet? It was kept quiet?
Before she even had a chance
you think it was
to
quiet?
punch my sister, I swung on her.
That's my point.
It was just in me.
But people's personalities are different. You could tell this little young girl, she's probably so traumatized.
How do you sit next to your friend? What if your friend get an attitude with you? How you sit next to, girl, you ain't gonna fight.
I wouldn't get an attitude with her. I wouldn't get an attitude. Let me tell you something. I'm quiet as it's kept.
What is it? Quiet.
I used to be a fighter myself. I've been in a few rounds.
So you just taking up for her for no reason?
No, because I've seen situations where I know that individuals want to intervene, but they don't know what to do. And remember, there's fight or flight. And a lot of times
she sat there. She didn't fight. She didn't flight.
She couldn't
She
move.
just
It was too much going on. Because remember those
your ass beat.
Remember,
like, hold on, let me grab my lunch right quick. she was eating her popcorn.
You
like,
gotta remember
girl.
the seat that she's sitting in is kind of funny because you know those little lunch benches you go in and sometimes it's locked off on
This
one
is
side.
why I call her the spin doctor. She making so many excuses. The girl was sipping tea. Like, ooh, let me just hold on, y'all.
She looked shocked. Come on, Dana. You know that little girl looked shocked.
She wasn't shocked. Like, and then the other girl, it was two friends. The other girl just got up and walked away. And then she just stood there like,
She couldn't get out that seat because the fight was happening on the end that she would walk out of that seat, not on the end that was roped off. I think flight would have occurred had she been able to leave. Because I know those lunch benches.
She was like,
I've been on them.
Don't hit me.
That's all she could do is because she couldn't get out that way because the girl was leaning in on her.
Don't hit me.
Look, you know everybody does not know how.
She weak.
Some
weak.
people
and
have
I would
to
never
defend each other.
I
had to defend boys. I was the only girl of 5 boys, and I used to fight for my brothers.
Okay,
but my point is, not everybody. One of my brothers didn't want to fight.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I see who you are. We cannot be friends because when I needed you, these are the
why
moments.
didn't you just get another friend to join the group, a fighting friend?
But I can't depend on you. Listen.
No. You don't need her to be. Let me tell you, the backup fighter. Listen, just go get you another friend and make the group of 3.
When I was in high school, I had this friend. Her name was Seth Swan. Shout out to Seth Swan. I love you, girl. She, very pretty girl. We actually met in elementary school, middle school. And she will always get picked on because she was a very pretty girl. We went into high school, same problems. But Seth Swan, she used to be talking. She had a mouth on her because she had to build up that confidence. However, every time she got into a fight, she got beat up. But guess what?
Did she learn?
She always tried to fight. she could roll with me because even though you might get beat up,
wait a minute.
She at least tried. She tried.
Wait a minute.
And that's what I liked about her.
Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
I did say that.
When I say whoa, I mean whoa.
What I'm saying is that
you got somebody
she would fight
that cannot fight.
Yeah. She can be with she tried.
That's not even learning how to fight in all these beatdowns.
No.
And she still wants
let me tell you
start
something.
Another one? Is that what you said?
Let me tell you something.
And you are down with somebody who can't win?
Let me tell you how bad it got. We was in science class, and this girl walked up on her and was trying to fight her. And then I walked between her, like, oh no, we're not about to do this. Oh man, I had these heels on. I had this cute little dress on. I had this weave in my hair. Before weave was cool, I was rocking the weave. Oh, you couldn't tell me I wasn't cute. And I walked in between, like, no, you're not about to fight her. And so she ended up pushing me into Seth Swan. So we kind of fell back together. Seth Swan got out of it and the girl was on me and I was kind of falling off.
You lost the fight too.
I did. I ain't gonna lie.
2 non-fighters,
Listen,
boy. I'm telling
she
you.
can fight.
2 non-fighters that always want to fight. Y'all need to quit fighting. It ain't working out for y'all.
Seth Swan took a chair and she hit the girl, and then she ended up hitting me on accident. I had this knot on my
Friendly
forehead.
fire. Oh my
gosh. It was,
you know what?
That
story did not end well.
It didn't.
I'm disappointed. I'm glad we didn't get into blows at the fight you claimed.
At the courthouse. Allegedly.
Because I would have had to defend you that was trying to defend me.
I say all that to say, we had each other's back. I respect her.
Look here. What difference does it make if you have my back when it's being broken?
I respect her, though. That's mad respect.
Hey, let me tell you something. My definition of having my back is we win in this fight, okay? It's not you backing up and watch.
Listen, let me tell you this. Even after And I don't even think I got beat up. I just had the wrong shoes on. And we got the wrong
that's
shoes
the
on.
blame the shoes. Blame the shoes.
I don't care what nobody say. Y'all know my track record.
Hey, blame the shoes. Yeah, you know her track record. 0 for 0.
That means I'm even there. 0 for 0 me, I'm good.
0 for 10. 0 for 10. She has lost all her fights.
Listen, so I say all that to say is that you can, even if you're not the strongest person, if you have the
You
courage,
say take a beat down with your friend.
Yes.
No, she's like the comedian say, ain't no sense of both of us getting beat. One of us got to be here to tell the story.
Courage. If you got courage,
Isn't that what Kevin Hart said?
you can roll with me.
He said he went out somewhere with his girlfriend and the fight started and he ran home and left her. When she got home,
That's
she was
so
mad.
weak.
She was like, how could you leave me? He said, wait a minute. There's no sense for both of us getting beat up. Somebody got to be around.
Who wants to be with a man like that?
Somebody got to be around to tell the story. What happened?
Who wants to be with a man like if my husband got beat up, I probably couldn't respect him no more.
If he got beat up?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's like,
Wow. So you can
don't
get beat
raise
up.
your voice at me. You ain't beat up old boy.
so you can get beat up, but your husband can't.
I'm a woman.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
we're
I'm
two
liking them
different-
double standards. You throw it out. Double standards, honey.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the teacher was wrong.
The teacher was definitely wrong.
The teacher was wrong.
Definitely.
Whew,
wrong.
you can't do that. Teacher, principal, whoever you are, I hope you were fired. Because that
Fired.
conduct is not permissible.
But you know
Period.
what? If the story is the black girl was trying to save the Muslim girl, I just hope that in the future y'all do that for black women, because we always trying to save somebody.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't see everybody rushing to save
No,
us.
let me tell you.
So stay out of the saving business is what I say.
Let me tell you.
And
it's
can
just-
you save some money on child support? Speaking of save.
Oh, we need.
Speaking of save,
I know.
can we save some money on child support?
All men try to save money on child support. Pay your child support. Don't be coming at talk about
Hold
a
on
year
second,
later,
hold on a
baby
second.
ain't yours.
I am for the fathers, especially
Paying
in
the child
this-
support. Are we drinking to that?
We are
You
not.
are for the fathers paying the
I'm
child
for the
support.
fathers. And let me tell you
I'ma
how
drink by
I am for the
myself.
fathers. You sip by yourself because this one, Eliza Rain, who is a model, seeks to increase the child support of rapper Future. Now, they're here in Atlanta. Oh, you still sipping? That's not, that's not a sip. That's a gulp. It's a good thing it's not 100 overproof because you would be out. How could you
We're gonna take
be,
shots next to
You can't take shots next to your champagne.
next
I'm sorry.
time.
I'm sorry.
How you slur your words?
No shots on your champagne.
No,
Eliza.
we're gonna get that 1800.
Eliza.
Oh,
Eliza Rain. You're a model. When did
model. That term is used loosely, right?
very loose. When did baby mama become a career?
I don't believe that is a problem. It became a career when you make a lot of money and you signing up people for jobs.
Okay. Well, I think then you should not complain about how much the child support should be.
Right.
This case is here in Atlanta.
You
and
talking about the
what's-
guy shouldn't complain about, because he's employing. He's
no,
employing.
no. This rapper, Future, has a future of plenty of women and children.
And he creating future
Ma'am,
careers.
You're not a victim, you're a volunteer. If you're baby mama number 8,
Right.
please have not one seat, but several seats.
But job opportunities are volunteer
Correct.
positions.
And when you applied for the job, it
Right.
said there's 7 other applicants ahead of you and they're not getting paid properly. Because there's no way you can tell me, as baby mama number 8, you haven't heard from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 about issues regarding getting money from Future.
Right. She just had a better negotiator because she just went to court.
Well, she didn't get that much money.
She sure didn't.
Because she wanted $53,000 a month. What is her baby eating?
When you-
Caviar?
Listen, when you negotiate, you got to aim high.
That's real high. That's shuttle high.
We're in negotiation.
What is the child riding to school? The shuttle?
No, he
Is
right on-
Nessa taking the child to school?
a horse and carriage. One of those.
A horse and carriage don't cost
No, I'm
$53,000.
talking about one of them princess ones, like one of those, the ones that you see.
What kind of horse is it? A golden one?
Yes.
A gold horse, ma'am.
one of
ma'am.
them-
$53,000
like
a
the
month.
Royals. He coming in Prince style.
Come on now, $53,000 a month is too much. When did becoming a baby mama? It's not a career, ladies. It's not
Well, then he
a
needs
career.
to stop hiring people.
He can put out as many applications as he wants.
Right.
And that's why he says, I will pay. I just don't think 53,000 is enough. It's too much. It's too much, right? I want to pay 1,000. I think 1,000 is low. I do think 1,000 is low.
Right.
And the judge did exactly what the judge should have done.
Right.
$3,500.
But what if he had to file a DARFA?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a domestic relations financial affidavit.
So wouldn't that be more than 3,200?
No, well, not necessarily, because if you're calculating how much he's paying for the other 7,
Okay.
because he gets credit for that. And another thing too is the court may have looked at what the other 7 are getting.
Right.
And if the other 7 are getting 3,500, you don't want to treat one child better than another, especially when the mothers are still applying for the job of baby mama.
Because they keep on coming.
Because they keep coming. And I'm sure there'll be a 9 and a 10 and an 11. When you find a man that has 8 children or 7 children for 7 women, and you say, I'm going to get in a relationship with this person, and I'm also going to have unprotected sex. Because remember,
Right.
not just the man can protect himself, the woman can protect herself too.
Right.
I don't believe she's a victim. I believe she's a volunteer.
I agree with that. When you find a
In
man,
situations, though, in situations
Wait.
where the woman is dating a man that she thinks is a great person, and
Right.
she has 1 child with him or 2 children with him, and she doesn't have any other children, and there were not 7 other baby moms. Those women, I say, you're correct. You had no reasonable expectation that this person is going to help you equally provide for your child. But 8 of 8?
you know this is America, right? And capitalism comes in many
Oh,
forms.
is capitalism part of child support now?
Capitalism comes in many forms.
I didn't know that baby mama is part of capitalism.
What I'm saying is when you find a man who
That's got
makes
money?
X amount of dollars, who,
Hurry up and stop taking your pill.
No.
Get off birth control quick.
And he's hiring because he's actually slinging it and swinging it unprotected. He knows what happens. This is his going on eighth child, not 8th woman that he was unprotected. Who knows how many unprotected women he done slept
Correct,
with.
because he didn't have to make all of them pregnant, because the smart ones did what? Protected themselves.
That is true. But when you hiring and you know how to get the job and you know how to pay, they come together, they create a baby, and it is what it is.
So let me tell you something, women. Apply at Walmart then. Why didn't she have a baby
she
for
ain't
a
gonna
man
make-
that works at Walmart?
She ain't gonna get $3,200 from no Walmart employee. She ain't
my
gonna,
point.
not even for working there. She ain't getting
That's my
$3,200.
point.
Well,
If
that's
you
her
apply
point.
for the job,
That's her
you
point.
cannot be applying for a job where 7 other people work there.
But yes, you
7
can because
other people work
he paying
there.
everybody. Everybody getting paid. Everybody's
Stop
getting
it.
a check.
Stop it, ladies. Stop it. Stop having babies with a deadbeat father, if that's what you think he is. Because if he was a deadbeat father and there's 7 other children that he's deadbeat regarding, you're not special.
Well, we're not saying that he's not taking care of the other kids in a showing up and being there for them.
What are we saying?
We're just saying that he don't
53,000
wanna,
would cure when he doesn't come?
No, what I'm saying is that I don't blame her, and I more so blame him.
I blame her.
Let me tell
I
you,
think she needs to
could
take
be-
responsibility.
Let me tell you, that's what she's doing. She
No,
could-
she's
her
not.
Plan,
No, she's not.
Marsha,
Taking responsibility was before she got the court. It would have been to protect herself in the relationship she had with this man that
I'm
has
talking
7 other
about
baby
on a
mamas.
different level. She knew what she was doing. She knew that Future, with all these 7 kids, makes this money. I can get a check if I have this baby.
So that's
what
a
I'm
plan.
saying.
So don't be
That's
mad
a
if your plan didn't work out.
I don't think she's mad. I think she's like, yes, that's 30. That's 1 check. I got 1 check in the
So
bag.
time to have some more kids.
So that's why I blame him, because if he knows that that's what these women out here doing,
He
and
needs
you
to stop it.
And there you go.
So I have a message for both of you because I'm the clarifier.
Can I get a
Future, you get a ching for that.
Okay.
Ching.
Bam.
We'll drink to that. Future, I got some advice for you. In your future
Yes.
is some more child support
Coming your way.
coming your way. Stevie Wonder can see it.
Oh.
So I'm gonna need you to get a real lawyer. Now, if you want a real one, you contact the Minyo Law Group.
Give him that number.
LLC.
Give him that number.
770-621-5499, sir. Because what we're going to do first, if you do hire the Minyo Law Group, is get you a vasectomy.
You need it.
And when we get the vasectomy, then we're going to resolve all this $53,000 buffoonery per month. Because a 2-year-old cannot eat $53,000 per month in food nor does a 2-year-old need $53,000 a month in shelter. Okay?
That is correct.
So, future, fix your future. Call a real lawyer. Stop playing these games. Stop having babies. Okay? And ladies, let me sip to that. Let me take a sip before I tell these ladies what their advice is. Oh, you scared? Let me drink by myself. You
drink by yourself, because I'm pro woman. I'm down for the ladies.
Ladies, let me tell you something.
What you gonna tell them, girl?
Baby mama is not a career. Get a real job. Get a real education. And start fishing in a real pond of educated, real responsible men.
That's true.
Stevie Wonder could see in your future, if you had a baby with Future, that there are 7 other women ahead of you. And that you being number 8 is not smart. So, if you're number 9, listen clearly. If you're number 10,
this is your future talking to you.
Number 10, this is your future talking to you. If future's in your future, child support dispute is going to be in your future too. Protect yourself. Don't put yourself through this trauma. Don't put your child through this trauma. I think it's irresponsible. Bringing children into these relationships where it's so traumatic, thinking that I can use $53,000 to buy them happiness is not fair. You're going to spend that money in psychological care, psychological counseling. If it's not for you, it's going to be for your kid because you're going to be sorry. Okay? Don't do it.
That's true.
And episode number 6 ends on a high note because we'll drink to that.
Yes. Subscribe.
We got to drink to that.